Heyo, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacoby Official, and as you can tell by the title, we're doing a mukbang slash unpopular opinion. So let's get to it. So I just ordered my food and it's gonna be here in about 6 minutes. And I forgot to tell you guys that this is gonna be a dating edition. This is gonna be like unpopular dating edition. So like basically when people think that they're in a relationship or like things you should do in a relationship, like my unpopular opinions, I'm gonna tell y'all my unpopular opinions. This is basically what this video is gonna be about, okay? Okay. So I've noticed a lot of people try to like rush into relationships and they try to, what's the word for it? They don't know how to love themselves, so they try to love someone else and get them to love themselves or whatever. I don't know, it's weird. Like I don't get the whole point of, if you can't respect yourself, how do you expect someone else to respect you? If you can't love yourself, how do you expect someone else to love you? So you should most definitely work on yourself before you get in a relationship. And when I mean work on yourself, I don't mean like you're flawed. I'm just saying if you have insecurities or if you're not confident in yourself, in your face, your body, your hair, your clothes, whatever, then just work on those insecurities. Like, because it's like, think about it. I have one. We're gonna pause right there. I made a video last week about insecurities and confidence, and that will be my iCards. So I've noticed one thing is that if your insecurity, like if one of your insecurities were with another person, like if they had that same insecurity that you have, would you still love that person? Think about it. If they weren't confident in their body, would you still love someone that wasn't confident in their body? Yes, you would. Well, I don't know about everyone, but if your answer is yes, then don't worry about someone else like not loving you, because if you can love somebody who's the same or similar insecurity as you, someone will love you for the insecurity that you have. So that means that shouldn't really be an insecurity. But I know there's a lot of people have the same insecurities and they try to get together. So my next tip is try not to find someone that's exactly like you, but is to the point where they're so different. Like don't try to get someone that's like 100% like you or like even like 80% like you. I say you want someone that's 80%. Don't date someone that's like you, like 100% like you, or even like 99.9%. Like, you get my point. Don't date someone that's like you, because you guys will end up butting heads. Like if you guys are both like the dominant type of person where you have to get your way, like two toxic people should not date. Just saying that. Two similar people dating, if you're too similar like this, like if you guys are like one and two, that's not good, that's not healthy. So you guys shouldn't date. But I'm not saying you should go out there and date someone that's like not like you. Say like you like video games and they don't like video games, they like working out, and you hate working out. If you love, like if you guys have so many differences and you only have like two similarities, don't date. Don't date. Like, you want to find someone that's like 50-50, where you guys are like you are alike in similar ways, but you guys have your differences, where you guys will like try to expand your horizons and try to learn different cultures or learn different hobbies or whatever. But my next tip is, I cannot understand why people are so stubborn where they can't learn people's hobbies, like they can't respect people's hobbies. So say you're dating someone, your significant other wants to go bike riding. You don't like outside, and so you're like, no. What the heck was that? That sounded like a bird, but it sounded like a squeak at the same time. That scared the mess out of me. But you don't want to have a stubborn person where they're like, nope, we're not doing this, we're doing it my way. On a highway, like, that's not okay. It's really not. But most definitely, if your significant other wants to do something, I'm not saying that you have to do it. I'm just saying, think about it. If they really want to do it with you so much and you're like, it will help them, not even help them, but it's just like fun. Like, you guys can do one thing your way, one thing their way. Like, they can pick a date, then you can pick a date the next time you guys go out. Like, just have it. Don't just have it one way or the other. Like, don't. That's not good, because then they'll start getting mad. They'll be like, well, I feel like I never have an option. I feel like I'm always trapped. And speaking of trapped, that's my next tip. Do not trap your significant other into doing things that you want, or doing things like that they don't want to do. Like, if they want to leave the relationship, don't trap them. Don't like force them to stay. But I'm not saying that you can't by any means necessary. I'm not saying that did I even say that right? By any means necessary. I don't know. But I'm not saying that you can't just be like, oh well, no, don't leave, I love you and we can work this out. Like, that's that's a good way of saying like don't leave or whatever. But if you're like, no, don't leave, if you leave then I'm gonna harm myself, if you leave I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna kill you. Like, no, don't say that. No, because then you're trapping them. And like, if you truly love someone and they want to leave, I'm not saying don't fight for them, but I'm not saying don't try to harm them or harm yourself or harm others. Like, no, that's toxic, that's weird, that's crazy. So another thing we just talked about is don't harm your significant other. So my next topic is obviously don't harm your significant other. If they do something like, say they was with the a group of friends that you don't like them being around, and they come home, or if you guys don't live together, if you see that they were with that group of friends that you don't like, and you text them, you talk to them, whatever, however you guys communicate, if you go to them and be like, oh, I'm done with you, or oh, this, you're trash, like, if you're putting them down physically or mentally, like, if you're harming them physically or mentally, like physically would be hitting them, pushing them, shoving them, punching them, slapping them, kicking them, whatever, throwing bases, throwing shoes, throwing pillows, that's physical harm. Don't do that. And if you're mentally harming them, which is like, oh, you're trash, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, oh, you're pathetic, oh, you're worthless, oh, you're not gonna make anything in your life, oh, you can't do anything right, that's mental harm. Don't do that either. You never want to do that to your significant other. If you love them, you will not try to put them down. So, next topic is the levels of love. So when I mean levels of love, I'm basically saying do not over love someone. And when I mean over love someone, I mean like where you're constantly doing things that they want to do, and you're constantly like, you know that's not what you want to do, but you want to please them so much that you're just throwing things, like you're like, oh, like I don't want to do this, but sure, let's do this. Like, I'm not saying you can't compromise. I'm just saying, like, if they want to have physical intercourse, which is like, and you don't feel comfortable, don't be like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, we can do this, yeah. And like, if you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it. Like, trust me, don't do it. So, yeah. But don't underlove someone. And when I mean underlove, that means like where you basically like just throwing them over there, where you're basically just like, you're keeping them trapped. Like, how can I explain this to people? So when you underlove someone, you're not showing them affection, you're not showing them care. Like, there's love languages. And if you're not meeting them their love languages, then you can underlove someone. So when I mean love languages, which is my next tip, is to know your significant other's love language. So there's 5 love languages, I think. The first one is, the ones that come to mind are 5 of them, and I think that's all there is. So there's words of affirmation, which is basically like, if you be like, you're mine, or I love you, like if that makes them happy, is if that's like what is their main way of like feeling love, then most likely their love language is words of affirmation. Second one is gifting. So if the person loves getting gifts, and I'm not saying it has to be a Bugatti, it has to be a ring, I'm not saying it has to be a diamond necklace, I'm not saying that it has to be this nice expensive date. It can be a $5, like it can be something small, but it's just the point, like you took their time to get it. Like, say your significant other went to the store and they bought you this $5 candy, it's your favorite candy, and they gift it to you, and you just be like, oh my gosh, you took your time just to give me something special, and I feel really special. And it's just, that could be their love language, gifts. Like, I'm not saying they have to be a gold digger, but I'm just saying, like, those little small things, if they appreciate that, if that makes them feel loved, then that most likely can be their love language. Another thing is touch. If they love, like, I'm not saying they have to smother you. They don't have to be like, oh, well, you have to be with me 25/8, and we have to be hugging all the time, and we have to be holding hands, you have to be kissing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, if they like holding hands, if they like hugs, if they just like rubs, like if you rub them on their leg, that can be their love language. If that makes them feel special, then obviously it could be their love language. So I did 1, 2, 3. What are the other 2? Quality time. I think quality time is another one. Like, if you just spend like time with them, I'm not saying, like earlier, like I said, you don't have to be with each other 25/8, but I'm just saying, like, if you guys go on dates, or you guys go to the movies, or you just spend time on the couch, or just time on the phone, stuff like that, and they feel loved or stuff like that, that can be their love language. So that's the 4th love language. I think the 5th love language, I don't know what the 5th love language is. I can't remember what it is, but I will show you guys what the languages are.
What makes you feel loved?
When he buys me nice things.
When I come home on break and my mom does my laundry.
I guess when they encourage me.
When she gives me a big hug or a kiss before she runs off to the bus in the morning.
Time together that we didn't have before.
The 5 love languages, strengthening millions of relationships, one language at a time.
I really have to buy you things to show you my love.
It doesn't hurt.
What's your love language?
Those are love languages, and you definitely want to know what your love language is before you get in a relationship, because if you don't know your love language, then how do you expect your significant other to know your love language? And if they're gonna know you like that, that's a good thing. But if you're not happy and you wonder why you're not happy, and you wonder why you don't feel like you're being loved, you want to know what makes you happy and what makes you loved, so you can get to that point, and you guys want to talk about what your love language is, because you don't want to be, you don't want to think that your significant other's love language is words of affirmation, but there actually is, their love language is actually gift giving. Like, say you be like, oh baby, I love you, you're mine, da 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 da, like that makes them feel special, yes. But it's still to the point where it's just like, you had like, if they be like, if your significant other is like, you haven't given me flowers, you haven't, it's our anniversary, I haven't had any presents, it's my birthday, you just like, you haven't done this, like you didn't give me no car. Like, I'm not saying that they're gonna be like, oh, you didn't give me a car. Like, I said a car, duh. Like when before, I hate when I really do. But I'm not saying that they have to be like, oh, where's my ring? Where's my diamond ring? Where's my pearls? Where are my jewels? Like, I'm not saying that they're like that. I'm saying that if they're like, oh baby, you didn't give me flowers, it's Valentine's Day, it's our anniversary, it's Christmas, it's my birthday, it's anything, like, and you didn't give them something, that can be like, wow, like, I don't feel loved. Like, you might be saying, like, some people, words of affirmation isn't enough, because some people that have gotten hurt, they know that actions speak louder than words. But some people like words better than action. Like, I'm a type of person that likes the gifts. Like, I like those little sentimental notes. I like those teddy bears. Like, if you buy me a teddy bear, or if you buy me snacks, or if you buy me food. I'm not saying you have to buy me ribs. I'm not saying you have to buy me Ruth Chris. I'm not saying you have to buy me the most expensive dinner. I'm just saying, like, if you buy me something like, I don't know, chips, if you buy me something like Gatorade, lemonade, like, you write me something that's like a little note, like, oh baby, I love you, or oh, you make my day, something like that, like XOXO, like, that would make me feel happy, that would make me feel loved. So that's one of my love languages. I know I do have, because I'm a big baby, so I know words of affirmation, gifting, and quality time and touch. Like, I like all those, but I notice my number one thing that I love the most is gifting, like the little tiny gifts that makes me feel special. So yeah. And you want to make your significant other feel special. You don't want to make them feel less than. You don't want to make them feel like they're not being loved. You don't want them to be like, oh, you never do anything for me, oh, I just don't feel happy anymore. You want to make them feel happy. You want to make them feel special. You want to make them feel like the best person in the world. You want to make them feel like royalty. So another thing is how to treat your significant other. So say that you're you think that you're doing good with your significant other, saying like, oh, I don't know, like, you feel like you're getting to one of their love languages, but you're really not getting to one of their love languages. And your significant, like, if you guys don't communicate, of course you won't know how to not support them, but how to love them and how to, like, be there for them. Like, yeah, I guess support, but if you guys don't communicate, that's a key factor of why relationships really don't work. So my next tip is communication. You guys don't have to have the best communication. I'm not saying you guys have to complete each other's sentences, but I'm saying that communication is key. You want to be able to be like, oh, well, this is how I feel. You made me feel this type of way. You want to set boundaries. Like, when I mean set boundaries, if you guys planned on going to the movies at 8 o'clock and they text you at 7:58, be like, well, I can't make it. I have to go do something else. And you feel hurt. You want to set a boundary with them the next day and be like, well, you made me feel like this. And one, my schedule is not always this easygoing. Like, I can't just move my schedule whenever you see fit. I can't always just do things to your schedule. Like, I have my own schedule. Like, you have to set boundaries with your significant other. And when I mean set boundaries, I'm not saying that they have to be strict boundaries where it's your way or no way. I'm saying you guys have to come to an agreement to how things will work to a relationship. Because a relationship is 2 ways. Oh, that's nice. I'm sorry, I'm seeing a little family, like a mom and her daughter riding their bikes. That's nice. But if you guys have low communication skills, like if you guys are not communicating like you guys should, then that's not really good, because it is a two-way relationship. Relationships are two-way. I don't think there's any relationship that's just one way. Like there's always gonna be two or more ways. When I mean two or more ways, I mean there's gonna be two or more people in a relationship. Usually the traditional way is two people, but now with these entanglements,
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August,
An entanglement, an entanglement.
an entanglement with August. I got into an entanglement with August.
An entanglement.
With August, with August, with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August,
An entanglement.
with August, with August,
August.
entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August,
there's been 3+ ways, if you know what I mean. But you always want to have agreements. If you guys can't agree, if you guys can't come down, sit down and agree, you guys will be butting heads, of course. So you always want to tell your significant other how you feel, and you want to tell them what you agree to and what you don't agree to. So you guys will know from the long run, like if you guys will work. Because I'm not saying if you guys can't agree that it's not gonna work. You guys can learn to agree and you guys will work. But if you guys can't talk to each other, if you guys can't just communicate and just be okay to feel this type of way. I'm sorry, but she was looking through my window. I'm just glad these windows are tinted. Like, I'm talking about the family that just went by. We have like a little cul-de-sac, so they just went around the cul-de-sac, and I'm just like, weird. But yeah. So if you feel that way, then you should definitely talk to them and just have a sit-down conversation. Just like, what are your goals? What are your plans? Like, if you plan on hurting me, or like if you like, I'm gonna say this is me being you, so I'm gonna pretend like I'm being you. Hey baby, so what's your goals in life? Like, what do you plan on doing? And if they say, well, you're talking about this relationship, and you'd be like, yes. But like, well, I'm just learning how to do a relationship. Like, this is really not that serious. Like, I don't take this serious. This is just me wasting time, basically. And if they say that to you and you don't feel the same way as that, know that you will get your heart broken. You will. Because if they're basically saying that they're really not taking the relationship serious, and you are, you will be the one to get your heart broken. Like, if they're like, oh, well, I'm just trying to figure out like what you're doing, what your thoughts are, and then they'll be, well, I love you, I really do, and I just want to know like how this is going and what this is going to happen to. Like, this is going to be a journey with both of us, and we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna become of us, but I'm hoping the best, and I'm hoping that we will work, and I'm hoping that this will be fun. I'm hoping that this will be amazing. Like, this will be amazing time, and if we don't last, that we'll both learn something. So with that being said, you'll be like, okay, I can understand that. So you don't want to be like, well, that's not the answer that I wanted. Give me the answer that I want, and if you don't give me the answer, then I'm leaving. Like, don't be like that. And if what they said was not gonna happen, just be like, what you said, I don't I can't be what you want me to be. Like let them down easy. Like don't be like, nah, I don't like you, you're wasting my time. Like let's separate, like we're done. Like don't do that. Like you want to be compassionate because you don't want someone to do that to you. You don't. So you just want to be, you want to sit them down, you want to talk to them and just be like, this is how I feel, I want to know how you feel, and if we can agree, and if we don't agree, then we can agree to disagree, and that's just okay. And we can work on it, and we can build this kingdom, we can build our relationship, we can build our family. Well, I'm not gonna say a family because most people, they don't want to have a family, they just want to have that one person. I'm like really talking really fast. I don't know what happened. Whoa, slow down. Whoa. That was crazy. I was just like talking like really fast. I was like talking like this, and I was just like, because it's like my ideas just came out like out of nowhere. It's just like, I feel like literally the sun's coming down, and the light's probably bad. It's probably like really bad because there's no sun, and the light's going down, and I have like 5 minutes till 5 o'clock. So I'm trying to rush this video, but I also need more time because I have a lot of things I want to tell you guys to wait. Don't click off now. I'm gonna try to put some ideas into this.
A few moments later.
So, next tip is, you don't want to break them. Like if you are thinking about how, well, I can't be with this person no more, so I have to leave because my heart is telling me, my mind's telling me, and it's just, I'm done. I can't do this no more. And if you tell them that, oof, you don't want to be rude about it. Like I said earlier, you want to like be like, baby, I love you, I really do, but I'm not happy no more. I don't feel what I need to be feel like I'm not saying that you're not enough. You are enough. You're more than enough, but it's just, we're not good for each other. We're good people. There's nothing wrong with each other, with us, but it's just the whole point of, I feel like I'm not happy no more. I love you, I really do, but I just feel like we'll both find other people, and it's just, baby, I love you, but baby, I can't keep doing this. I can't no more. I can't. Like something like that. Like if you do something like that, then like, there's some good parts in that, there's some bad parts, because there's the whole point of like, you don't want them to be like, dang, I really done mess this person up. Like they really pouring out their heart, they really just told me that they don't love me. Like you don't want them to think that. You want them to be like, oh, I understand, yeah, that makes sense. So what you want to tell that person is like, I love you, I really do, but in order to truly love someone, you have to set them free. When you can't be what they need. Like you are more than enough, you are a good person, but it's just, I can't keep going through this. Like this isn't what I signed up for. Like I know we will find love, and I hope that we can still be friends, and I just hope that we will work as friends and we can go back to being friends, because our relationship was amazing. It's just, we're not compatible in this type of way. We are amazing people, we click, yes we do, but as a couple we just don't, and it's totally fine. Like if we're still in each other's lives, like that's totally fine. Like it's just, it doesn't matter what title we are, just as long as we're in each other's lives. Like because we love each other, we really do, and our love will never fade. My love for you will never fade, and I hope your love for me will never fade, and it will never change. So that's what you want to tell them. That's what you want them to hear when you're basically breaking up with them, when you're dumping them. So that's one thing. You don't want to be like really harsh with it, but you don't want to be like, yeah, I can't. Like you don't want to do that. No, don't do that. But yo, acting skills on point though. Like I actually think I shed a tear. Yo, I think I really did. I don't know what tears are because I ain't cried in a long time. But yeah, see, like, I really want you guys to think about this and just know what you guys are going into, because if I've had some relationships that's failed, like, of course, because I'm not like I'm not ready to like settle down because I'm still young. And if you're young and you're ready to settle down, that's you. Some people are ready to settle down, some people aren't. Like, I'm not ready. I feel like I haven't gone through life yet, so I really haven't gone through life yet. So it's like, why would I don't even know how my life's gonna turn out, so why would I want to settle down? Because what if my life doesn't go out right? Like, what if it doesn't go how I want it to go? So that's what I want you guys to think about when you're getting into a relationship, and when you're getting out of a relationship. Think about how you can better your life. Think about how you can better you, how you can better other people around you. Because you don't want to be like, well, they broke up with me. I didn't do anything right. I can't do anything right. Like, no, you don't want to think like that. You want to be like, well, this was a lesson, and I'm glad I learned this, and I'm glad that it did go right. And if it didn't go out right, then I'm just glad that I learned this lesson, and this will help me in my other relationships, and this will help me in life. Like, that's what you want to be. That's a healthy breakup. Don't really think of it as a breakup, because it's not really breaking your heart. It's more of a, I don't know really what to call it, but I don't want you guys to be too serious and too committed to somebody, because it should be like, this is the love of my life, this is my soulmate. And then if you guys don't work and you just be like, oh, I lost my other half. No, you didn't. Your other half is you. You got what you need. That's a lesson. Those are experiments. So be like a scientist. You learn from that experiment, go into another experiment. Or if you're not ready to go into another experiment, just think about that experiment and think about how you can better the next experiments. Like, don't be all, well, this is that, and oh, this didn't work out right, so now I can't do anything right. And it's just, I don't know what to do. It's just, I can't do anything right. And it's just, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go through this again. Like, no, don't be like that. Be like, well, okay, I understand. Next, like, don't be rude about it, but don't be like a baby about it. Don't be, don't be like, oh, you were the best thing I ever had. I can't do better than you. You were my soul. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Be like, I understand. I love you, and if you don't love me, then that's fine. I don't need your love, but you always have my love. I will always be in your corner. And it was nice. What we had was nice, and there were some good moments, but there was some bad moments. I can understand that, and I know I can work on myself, and I know that what I did, I understand now. And I'm glad that you told me this. I'm glad that we both come to a conclusion that we should conclude this relationship. I understand, and I want to say that I'm sorry. And if you're not sorry, then don't say sorry. Like, there's so many people out here in this world that just be like throwing their sorries out. Like, with me, if you're not sorry, then don't tell me you're sorry. Like, I cannot stand, I don't want to say I hate, because I don't hate them, but I can't stand hollow sorries. Like, if you're gonna tell me sorry, be 100% with it. Don't be like, well, say like if someone bumped into me, be like, oops, sorry. Like, that's just rude. Like, the way you said sorry, that's rude. So if you're not 100% truthful with that sorry, then don't just throw out your sorries. Like, if you're not sorry, don't tell the people that you're sorry, because it's just like, with me, I'd rather hear like, if you're not sorry. Like, with me, I don't just throw out my sorries. Like, there's sometimes that I will really feel sorry, and I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry that I made you feel like this. I'm sorry that I said this. I'm sorry that I did this. But if I don't feel sorry, I'm not gonna tell you sorry. Like, hate to break it to you, but I'm not sorry. Like, do you want me to lie to you, or do you want me to tell you the truth? I'm not sorry, so why should I tell you I'm sorry? But anyways, that concludes our video, and I have not finished this, which is kind of crazy because I bought it and I'll probably eat it for dinner. But smash that like button, throw in a comment or two, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you know when I post. And it will, and I'm gonna make sure it will be on Fridays. Anyways, yeah, have a nice day, morning, evening, or night, whichever applies to you. Peace.
Bye.